So, hello, my loves. So, I wanted to come on here and give you guys a quick message that I have. I'm not gonna pull any cards today because Mondays will be just where I just give you my intuitive thoughts, my intuitive messages that's come in. I don't need the cards to guide you. The energy checks will be on Wednesdays. So right now, you're in a period in with trusting your ability to adapt, and because that is going to require you to show up in ways that you may not feel as though you want to show up, or you may not feel as though you're ready. But although you may not feel that way, you showing up today is what's going to be the blueprint for whatever it is, whatever foundation you're setting. And the beauty is you just have to set that foundation. So once you set it, you can adjust it to fit because you're going to have to adapt along the process. So this is trusting the process is not the same as surrendering. You've already done the surrender process. You've let go of the things that don't serve you. You are allowing, yourself to sit with the stillness of winter with not even anticipating the rebirth of spring. So you've already done that. This is where you are believing in more than what it is. Like, you can't even explain what is overcoming you. You just know that there is more out there for you. So this is where, you have to have that childlike faith. You have to be delusional when it comes to things. And trust is more of a intuitive process. So it's something that's within you, and you just know you have to have that faith to keep moving forward. And when it comes to trust, that's where you're going to have to show up in those ways where you're not comfortable. So you are facing fear head on. You are overcoming challenges, or you're doing a deep dive into that shadow work. And when it comes with trust, I usually tell like most of my clients to start with healing your inner child. Start with looking at areas in your life where you can figure out, why do I have an inability to trust myself when it comes to certain things? Or has something shown up in your present reality that has trickled because you haven't healed a certain belief or mindset that you have had when you were a child? So, saying for example, you wanted to try out for a team and you didn't make the team, and you felt as though you weren't good enough. And as an adult, it trickled into where you don't like trying new projects because you've had a fear of being let down or not being able to even succeed at it. But the thing is you not trying is automatically a failure because you haven't even attempted. How would you know what's truly for you if you don't even try? So this is where you've already asked the universe for whatever it is you want. You've already done that. You've been asking. But now it's time for you to put action behind your action. Put action behind what you've asked for, because the Lord is not going to know that you truly want something if you don't show up. And you're going to have to show up as you today so that you can become whatever version you're truly trying to be. So just think about it. Kobe didn't start being the best basketball player without him showing up. He didn't attempt all those shots without him considerably attempting them. So if your goal is to make 100 shots, you may have to shoot 500. You may have to shoot 1,000, but you're going to have to try. You're going to have to show up. So your ability to adapt when it comes to that part, this is where you're going to have to be a little delusional. You're going to have to. And not in a sense of where, you living in la la land. We don't do that. You're not a victim. You're just putting out what it is you want. So if you want to be a millionaire, you have to embody that millionaire today. If you want to be an athlete, you have to act as if that, what would that athlete do? How do they show up in that version? So you have to show up today in that. You have to do that. So you're going to have to start practicing. This is where you just practice. So of course it's not going to look as though you're professional. You're practice. That's the point. In order for me to be something, I have to show up as I am today. So that is where that's where we are. So I say that because you're going to have to trust in the universe. And you know that the universe has had you this long because you're sitting here watching this, so therefore I know that there's a higher power, there's a higher source, and you just have to understand that this is just a process. We all are on a journey. I never seen myself coming on here talking to people, and yet I'm sitting here doing that because I have a message and I can't hold on to it no more. I really can't. So I'm giving a message to you because I'm showing up to the best of my ability, and I know that you can do the same. And if I can motivate anybody out there to be themselves, I'm going to do so, because I'm going to tell you now, you have so much talent within you, and you are amazing. You are. And the only person that's holding you back is you. And we're not doing that anymore moving forward. You're going to sometimes have to be your own support, and that is okay. So that's why it's important when you first start trusting yourself. You have to be honest with yourself. So it comes when you need to start being honest with yourself, like you are. Like, sit, look at what it is that you really truly want, and this is where you're gonna have to start building a healthy relationship when it comes to trust. And you're gonna have to first start by building your confidence within yourself. I'm so glad we're gonna edit this out. So you're first gonna have to build that trust with yourself, because building trust with yourself is going to build the confidence that it is that you need. And it's also going to help you reduce those stress levels. The goal is for no one to be in fight or flight mode. We are no longer trying to live in survival mode. We're not. We've been surviving thus this far, and we're at the point now where it's like, okay, what's next, Lord? And so you've asked, and he said, now, my child, I need you to show up. And of course, the way you want to show up is probably not how it looks today. But the beauty is, when Goku is just regular Goku, but when he gets to Super Saiyan and on his next phases, he's even better. He's even stronger. He even has more knowledge. So it's kind of like starting with where you are today, building that trust with yourself and your confidence. So that's why I always go back to that inner child. So that's where we are when it comes to shadow work. So if you are on the podcast and you've listened, then you know that me healing the inner child is going to look different each day. Some days, you could be the 3-year-old who just want to watch cartoons all day, and you couldn't do that at 3 because you didn't have a TV, or your cable was cut off. And it's like, you have to sit with that. And I'm gonna say this, because healing certain parts is going to bring up other traumas. You're gonna have to sit with those emotions where, if your parents couldn't provide for you, you gotta realize that that's actually something that's showing up in your present reality. If you feel as though you've always been without, then you're gonna hold on to things where you need to be letting them go. So that's one thing that I want to put out there. So I'm going to give you a few tips when it comes to, trusting yourself. And the first one is being yourself. And that's where you have to be honest with yourself. And you know you better than anybody. And you know what you require to operate. So be honest with yourself. So if you're a person that is not, like, you don't set realistic goals, let's just get to the second one. So if you're honest with yourself and you know that, okay, well, I want to lose 20 pounds in a month, well, ask yourself, do you even show up to go to the gym now? Do you eat right? So maybe that's not the one you need to do. You need to implement saying, I want to start by drinking more water. I want to start by stretching more. I want to be mindful of the things that I'm putting in my body at certain times of the day. If you know that you work overnights, you should not be eating chili cheese dogs when you get off work, because you've been up all night. Your body actually is getting ready to detox. So you need to be eating fruit. So yeah, eat the chili cheese dog when you wake up, because that works better for your schedule. You don't have to wake up and eat breakfast when that's not, you already had that. Your breakfast was when you got off. So be honest with yourself, as well as understanding how your lifestyle fits, because of course the message isn't to apply strictly towards that. It's where you at in your journey on this. So if you needed to heal the teenage you because you felt as though you wanted a bang and you couldn't have a bang because your mom said you couldn't cut your hair, well, the adult you can go and buy a wig. The adult you can cut your hair. The adult, like, do whatever you need to do to heal that inner child so that it's not showing up in your next chapter, because that's not what we want. We don't want to manifest out of situations where we haven't done the work, because you've asked for things and you're showing up in that way. So you want to make sure it's coming to you in an abundant way. So you trust in the process, you being able to adapt is what's going to show. So if you are resistant, or you was a kid that didn't like doing new things, or you didn't even have an opportunity to try new things, this is the time for you to sit there and try new hobbies. Delve into the crafts that you already have so that you can increase the strength you do have. And so that's why I want to get a journal prompt in for you guys. What are your strengths? Like, ask yourself, what are your strengths? What do you consider a strength for yourself? And then when you tell yourself that strength, why is that your strength? So that's going to help you with doing your daily goals or your task. So like, if you felt as though you were strong in interior designing, I'll use that one, but you don't like cleaning your room. Well, how about this? Set your room up to where it is interior design so that it will be better organized for you. Or saying you love styling, but when it comes to folding your clothes, you throw them in a pile. How about this? Style your clothes in outfit forms, like, I mean, from sock, underwear, like, style it all. Set them together that way so that you already have your outfits picked out from head to toe, to where you can just wear that outfit for the week. So set it up that way if that is going to work better for you. So whatever your strengths are, build on them in a way that will help you through your daily tasks, and I promise you, you will become unstoppable. So also, I want you to spend time with yourself. That's a very important one. Spending time with yourself, getting to know yourself, like asking yourself, what is it that you like doing, what is it you don't like doing, and why don't you like doing those things? Because sometimes the things we don't like doing is actually things we wouldn't mind doing if we just had the time. So that's where you gotta ask yourself, well, how is that going to work with my schedule? What type of person am I? Everybody's not a morning person, because you've been wired to wake up at night. For me personally, I've had overnight jobs for so long. Right now, my body is adjusting. I'm drinking tea, and it's like 8 p.m. because it's my breakfast. So as I'm saying, my day looks different from your day. But for you, you may be a morning person. So you may can be like, I can go for a run at 5 in the morning. I'm actually going to go to the gym at midnight because, like I said, I'm just waking up. So it's going to look different for everybody. Your day looks different from my day, and that's okay. But you got to know you in the process, and you have to sit with you. Be honest with yourself. That's why it's like, don't rush yourself on this process. You have to listen. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We are being patient and kind with ourselves. We have been so hard on ourselves. The world, society, social media, your family, friends, jobs, co-workers. No. If anybody is going to be kind to you, it better be you. This day, moving forward. You need to be gentle with you. You do. Patient with you. You have been in a state where you have operated out of yes, and so now you are trying to grasp this newness, because this is new. And so that's why you have to sit with this, and you're gonna have to sit with it a lot, because honestly, this is something new for you. So spending time with yourself, being kind to yourself, being yourself. What else did I say? It was another one you got. Setting reasonable goals. Yes, reasonable. We want to do that. And then the last one is being decisive. So this is where, okay, so you're doing the work, and it comes to a point where now you're going to, because trust is an intuitive process. So this is where now whatever decision you come up with, that's the best decision. And you have to trust yourself. So if your body tells you, yeah, I don't want to do that, hey, now this is where because you questioning yourself, you're doing the process, you got to ask yourself, what I don't want to do, is it beneficial or is it not? And if it's something that's beneficial, that's when you sit with yourself and ask yourself, why don't I want to do that? So when you first wake up in the morning, this is where you need to be mindful. So this is where you need to, why are you grabbing your phone? Why are you checking emails? No, the first in priority is you. So this is where we're being patient with ourselves. So if you're used to waking up and grabbing your phone, put it in another room if you know that that's something that you're going to do. You need to get it out of sight, out of mind. The first thing you need to do is do a body scan. You need to be checking to make sure that, are you even where you need to be physically, mentally, emotionally? How are you feeling? What emotions are you feeling right now? Because sometimes you can go to sleep beautifully loving, and then of course you'll wake up and you don't feel the same way that you went to sleep. You honestly don't even know where you be at half the time, because either you didn't do a actual deep delve into clearing your mind, you didn't stretch before you went to bed, maybe the food that you ate didn't even digest properly, so now your body is still trying to digest food, and you're in this, like, so you wake up and you're wobbly, you don't feel good. So you have to sit with yourself and then get to where it is you need to be. So that is where, if you wake up and you say, man, I'm not feeling it, what are you not feeling? Ask yourself, fill in those questions, and then start your day. Don't go out there trying to give the world you and you haven't given you. So sit with yourself, give yourself your own deep breaths, love yourself, because that is important. So yes, that is, let's see what else I got on my page. So yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to come on here and give you guys, the little motivation message on Mondays. You will be getting these every Monday if you ever need it, and it's also gonna, well, it's pretty much gonna be wherever I am on my, like, when the message come, I give it to you, because I wanted to be a YouTuber, and I'm saying that because I'm showing up. And although, of course, when you start something, you don't start off at the top. No, I'm on the first step. This is the first step. So me showing up today is the best that I can. This is what you get. Like I said, I just woke up. But in the sense of me starting my morning, I like to be productive, and I've already given me my love, and me giving love to me is me and being able to do what it is I was put on this earth to do, and it's to give my message. So you're going to get the message the way you get the message, and you got to love that. I'm only showing up as me, so I love that for me as well. So if you're showing up for you, as you, for you, being yourself, that's all that matters. Because I'm looking at her, like, I'm looking at the kid me. So of course, me looking at this camera, it's a smile on my face, but this is the healing work for me. So whoever resonates with it, I appreciate that, and I love, and I really, truly am wishing you the best healing, peaceful love, joy. I'm sending that to you, because I know that on this journey, it's rough. It is. But it's not the hardest thing you've done, because you know what it's like to do things that aren't for you. And so when you are doing things that are for you, it's like a different feeling, because yeah, you fear the unknown, but it's not a fear of, I don't know, I can't have, I don't, like, no. It's more of a, I'm going to go with this with ease, because I asked for this, and I don't know what's going to come of it. That's the beauty of it. But it's like, honestly, if I know that I'm the happiest I can be in this moment, I don't need to know what's going to come of it, because the present, this moment, me doing this, showing up, is all I could ever ask for. So I wanted to put that message out there for you guys, whoever may need it. I'm saying that because with you trusting the process, this is where we're going to deep delve into it. This is when we get into the actual reading. So I am going to pull a few cards, because in order for you to trust the process, this is where you need to figure out what shadow work you really need to do. So I'm going to pull a card when it comes to the shadow work, and then I'll do my podcast reading on it, and I'll just give you the basic energetic check for it. So that wind is really blowing. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? So the card that I pulled, because I've already done this one, because this is my first one, so I pulled the withdrawal card. So you're in a period where you need to pull back, and this is the reflective period. This is where you're sitting in your stillness. You're removing your chips from the table, and you're taking a hit in a way where it's like, okay, none of that served me. Okay, I gotta let it all go. And you are probably rearranging your house. It can look different. Stillness looks different for everybody. You can be picking up a second job. You can be collecting all your debt. Whatever that stillness is for you, so that you can make sure that when you get to your next chapter, it's not out of a manifestation of a lack mentality. It's not. It's from pure, authentic, positive, high vibrational energy. So it's going to look different. Whatever it is, it applies to your situation, work, love, life. So that's why it's like, this is just a general message, and you're going to take whatever you need from it. Don't force the actual, like, withdraw and seclude yourself from the world. No. Apply it to your situation. So whatever you need to pull back and be more reflective on. So I'm going to give you an example. Saying you've been working your ass off at your job, and you've been working hard, and you've been putting in that work all last year, okay, and but you neglected your mental health or your spiritual health or your emotional health. So this is where, well, you should be financially okay to where you can take a break, take a vacation, a retreat, or you can take more time to delve into your practices, your spiritual practice, your mental work, your journaling. So it's like, wherever you need to pull back from so that you can pour more into for your next season, because the goal is for you to set that foundation in the winter. You're setting it. You're laying all your chips on, like you're laying them on your own board. This is your board, your season, and you're on both sides. So you're saying, this is my chips, and these are the ones I'm placing. So you're putting them where you want to put them, so that when you get to your next season, it's just pure action. You're purely showing up. And of course, when you're putting your foot down, it's just action after action. You've already done this work. So that's why we're doing it here. So that in your next season, you can just show up as what you're supposed to be doing. So yes, these are the steps. So it's like you have 14 chips. Each chip needs to be completed and fulfilled. So by the time you get to that first next season for your 15th week, or however you do it, 16 chips, how many of you need, so that when the spring gets here, you're ready, fully locked, loaded, and you're ready to go, because that is the goal of this. So I know that because our culture, we do have a tendency to like have a mindset of where we need to just go work, 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 and society is gonna make you feel as though if you're behind. No, if you were supposed to be anywhere else, you'd be there. So yes, sit with us, sit with me, sit with me in that, sit with me in that one. If I was supposed to be anywhere else, I'd be there. So that's when you'd be like, I'm only supposed to be listening to her talk and breathing. That's all you're supposed to be doing right now. If you're still here and you listening to me talk, you ain't supposed to be doing nothing else, because you're supposed to get this message, because you got work to do. Like, we really got real work to do out here. We have purposes, we have dreams to fulfill, we have visions. And so right now, you're sitting here listening to me so that we can get to this next season, because right now we are all in a bag, and we're in more than just a financial bag. Like, of course, money is the rule that we need in this world, but it's not the money as in we trying to buy the latest gear. No, we need money so that we can breathe on this rock, unfortunately. But it's in a sense of, if I'm delving into my purpose and I'm doing what it is that makes me happy, and I don't mean just like happy to where a topical level. You feel it in your spirit, like the inside of you is just vibrating so highly. They couldn't get this if they had the money. They can't pay for this one. This is peace. Sit with that one. So I need you to sit with yourself. Take that break. Relax. Pull your shoulders back. You might want to pull your wig cap off. Got a do-rag on, take it off. Your socks, take them off too. Like, if you got carpet, squeeze your feet in the carpet. If you got hardwood floors, turn your heat off, and sit in that stillness. Like, grasp whatever it is, because the next chapter that you are going to endeavor in, it's going to need you to be present, because you're not going to believe what's going to happen for you. And I want you to be there presently. I don't need you to be thinking of the past or the future. Like, I just need you to be here, right here. Because if you're here today on this, whenever you get this message, whenever you see it, just know that the change is coming. Y'all hear the wind? She's trying to get in. I'm finna let her in. I'm finna let the wind in. Give me a second, y'all. Because, baby, one thing I'm going to do is when she want to talk, when nature want to talk to me, I'm going to allow her to come talk to me. So the wind got a message. I need to get it. I allow nature to do what she need to do at all times. So this is where I want you to step away from whatever it is that you feel as though. So whatever dreams you have, goals, step back. Take a step back. It's a good deep breath. I love that one. And allow yourself to unfold in this newness, because if I told you the rebirth was actually already here, would you believe it? So thank you guys if you did stop by, and if you made it to the end of this one. I will see you guys later.